Radio Studios, WrestleZone.com reporter and columnist Justin Lepore and his opponent, you. Call, tweet, email because you can go one-on-one with Justin Lepore in Wrestling Reality right now on Trib Live Radio.
You know, I knew when he debuted that he was going to be all over our conversation and radio program, but I had no idea that I was going to be using the words funk when it came to Brodus Clay. Trib Live Radio, Wrestling Reality, one-on-one with me, Justin Lepore, every single Tuesday, 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call, tweet, or email to be a part of the show. We got a lot of things to talk about. We will talk about the debut of the man from Planet Funk, Brodus Clay, inside of our Raw recap. Here we go. Kane starts off the show with another intelligent-sounding in-ring promo. It's definitely worth debating for the Kane character. Is he a scarier monster when he doesn't speak and you have to imagine what he's thinking? Or is he a scary monster when you see him speak the way that he's been, so intelligently and methodically? Cena comes out, they fight to the loading dock. That ends the first segment. We then get Sheamus and Santino Marella versus Wade Barrett and Jinder Mahal. I'm pretty sure I feel comfortable in saying this. Yeah, I do. I don't think I've ever been as uninterested in someone as I am when it comes to Jinder Mahal. To me, he is the SmackDown version of Mason Ryan. Good look, but somebody wanted him to be a big breakout star right now, and it's just not his time. Sheamus and Santino get the win. Miz talking to John Laurinaitis and David Otunga. He is on the hunt for a bodyguard, and he starts asking around. He will find one eventually, and I got a pretty good idea. I know who it is. We'll get to that a little bit later on. Speaking of being on a hunt, Kane stalking Zack Ryder. We have seen this a lot as of late on Monday Night Raw. R-Truth was doing it to The Miz. I don't mind it. It's simple, it's suspenseful, and it's an attempt to build the show and keep people interested, especially because the second hours of Raw have been getting lower ratings as the weeks have been going on. That's not good. Raw was up against the national championship game last night with Alabama and LSU, the lowest rated game in the history of the BCS. So if the Raw ratings continue to decline this week, there's no excuse. Kofi Kingston against World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan. Bryan wins. Huge celebrations continue for him. Big Show comes out. Another title match between the two this week on SmackDown. And Bryan, with his body language, his behavior continues to tease his heel-like, untrustworthy ways. I'm a fan. Been asking for months. Bryan, a heel turn. It's the right time for him. Better relevance. I like the interaction with he and the Big Show. I'm legitimately looking forward to what's going to happen on SmackDown on Friday night. Then it comes. Finally, after all the waiting, the Funkasaurus from Planet Funk with the Funkettes. It's not Flash Funk. It's not Ernest the Cat Miller, although somebody better call his mama. It's Brodus Clay. Nobody saw this coming, but I'm not going to hate on it like a lot of people are. I will not hate on it. Bottom line, we're talking about it. We're tweeting about it. It has created a funky buzz. It was entertaining in many ways. His entrance, his match, his dancing. He's talking to his opponent in the ring, but he's still performing and looking impressive in the ring. WWE needs more faces right now. They need more faces. They need more faces than they do heels, especially on Raw. We don't need any more monsters coming back. So one of three things will happen. This doesn't go anywhere, it flops, he disappears, and they repackage him. This works, he goes on to be a big star. Or number three, he does this gimmick for a little while, but then he snaps and becomes a monster. Or they evolve his character into where he's dancing, but then he snaps into the ring and kind of has like a Fester, or Festus kind of thing. Remember when the bell rang and Festus used to go crazy? I don't know. Bottom line, on this day, I'm a fan of the Funkasaurus. Somebody call this show and debate me. Jack Swagger versus CM Punk, a botched finish. Punk comes off the rope with the Macho Man elbow drop. He pins Swagger for the 3 count. Swagger was supposed to kick out. And it appears he was supposed to kick out, and then Punk was going to put the Anaconda Vice on, and that would be the end of the match. The ref did not screw up. This is not Jack Doan's fault, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jack Swagger's fault. The ref is supposed to act every time as if he's going to count 3. What's the referee going to do? Go 1, 2, and then slowly go to 3 because he knows this isn't the finish of the match? No, how ridiculous would that look? It is the referee's job to treat every pinfall and every count the same. It was Jack Swagger's fault for trying to do too dramatic of a false finish, for timing his kick out poorly. Luckily, Michael Cole did a fantastic job covering it up and saying that this is why John Laurinaitis has to be the referee at the match at Royal Rumble. Cole is a seasoned veteran, thinking on the spot. Fantastic job by Michael Cole. Miz forces Ricardo Rodriguez to insult and get R-Truth to the ring. I was happy they used Ricardo. He's done a great job with Del Rio, and just because Del Rio's hurt, no reason to let Ricardo not be seen for weeks on television. Comical interaction between he and Truth, very comical, and then R-Truth attacks him. Miz comes in, he attacks Truth. Another Chris Jericho segment, and just as he should, he didn't speak again. There is some fear from people that he's going to, lose interest. And maybe they already have. Some people think that. I totally disagree. He's a big enough name that people want to know what he's going to do and say first. I can picture it now. A few more weeks of silence, and then something from him to the effect of, "You sheep are dumb enough to cheer for whoever points and panders to you, just like you're dumb enough to believe that CM Punk is the best in the world." You heard it here first. Eve Torres comes out for her match. Kane's music hits. That scares her and Ryder to go to the back to the loading dock. They get in a car, which has a flat tire. AAA apparently aren't the broskies of the week. Ryder trying to change the tire. Cena's in the ring fighting Dolph. Kane starts to attack Ryder. Choke slams him off the loading dock. Cena comes back. He gets smothered to death by Kane. And that's how the show ends. We'll talk all about that ending with Kane, Cena, Ryder. We're going to talk about an exclusive that I put out earlier today on WrestleZone.com about a name soon to be announced for the Hall of Fame. We'll talk about the names that are already announced for the Hall of Fame. But first, when we come back on Triple Live Radio, things are going to get funky.